not answer the question.
She is talking, Chuck.
You sent the press secretary
she
out there
is
to utter
talking.
a falsehood on the smallest, pettiest thing.
I don't think anybody can prove that. Look, I actually don't think that maybe this is me as
She's talking, Chuck. Hello.
Hello. I don't think you can prove those numbers one way or the other. There's no way to really quantify crowds. We all know that.
No, just because there were 5 people there,
Look, Chuck,
it doesn't mean it's a small crowd. So what if there were 2 million people over to see Barack Obama? If I say there were more people at President Trump's inauguration, it's true. Because whatever I say is the truth.
Fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe.
Oh, yeah.
By clicking on that button down here, and then clicking.
Joining us now to weigh in on all of this absurd rhetoric is a counselor to the president, KellyAnn Conway. Hello, KellyAnn.
Hi, KellyAnn.
As I listened to that rundown of comments, I couldn't help but think, treason is an offense for which you can receive the death penalty. Are they looking for this president to get the death penalty?
So biased.
Oh, but for a media that is so
KellyAnn.
precise about the language they always want to hear from everyone who works here, boy, do they just toss words into the salad bowl.
The president is so truthful. KellyAnn knows that. Right, KellyAnn?
It really makes no sense to me, Janine, that they are hunched over in anger at all times. They are, I think, physiologically incapable of finishing a sentence or addressing any issue without mentioning Donald Trump's name.
They're always asking him about Russia. It's so strange.
And he pointed out that there were 6 of the 7 articles on the front page were about him. And only because the All-Star game was in town.
Oh, yeah.
Or it probably would have been 7 out of 7. And so it tells you something. The obsessive outrage has been mainstreamed and regularized. And I think this is a very serious point because it's not just that the outrage and the
biased deep state Hillary George Soros. I know, it's always that. George Soros.
Expected. You have a lot of print journalists
Democrats,
who have contracts
deep
with
state.
these cable news stations. And so even though it has their print affiliation below their names, they're performing for the cameras and the viewers on those particular networks. I take complete offense with a smile on my face, but on behalf of those who suffered loss,
Hysteria.
loss on 9/11, over 3,000 Americans gone, Kristallnacht, 2,400 plus Americans killed at Pearl Harbor. My goodness, they're comparing it to this. What do the families feel when they hear that?
She cares so much, KellyAnn. She cares about us, doesn't she?
You and I can complain about it.
Oh my God, I love her and Judge Janine. They're the best.
I'm not sure it matters. The president's approval justice.
Guys, so just wanted to add a little bit of a voiceover here. So this is Kelly Conway's husband, and this piece of news is from June 2nd, 2017. So that's over a year ago. We're in August, 2018. So I was looking for videos of him, and it popped up. So I'm just showing you, because several people have asked for readings on her. She's not a favorite of mine, obviously, but somebody also asked, what about their marriage? Because George Conway is supposedly a very, quote-unquote, respected conservative attorney. So he has gone against Trump, and he has, quote-unquote, subtweeted Trump. He speaks publicly against Trump. I mean, as he's an attorney, so it's not like he's one of those very, how do you say it? He's not overtly saying this. He's like, it's obvious that in many ways he's against what the Trump administration is doing, some things, okay? Not to say that he's some angel or anything, but since he's married to her, and I feel like I've heard rumors. Oh, and there was all these news also about how she was upset that he was saying specific things. So just wanted to finish this here and then go to the reading.
I have reluctantly concluded, however, that for me and my family, this is not the right
time. So he turned down, he was offered a job at the Justice Department. He turned it down.
Conway and his wife KellyAnn reportedly purchased an $8 million mansion recently in Washington. He was being considered to head the Justice Department's Civil Division. Conway says he will continue to support the administration.
Hi guys, so I'm doing a reading on KellyAnn Conway, the Queen of Truth. Oh yeah. KellyAnn Conway, she is the Queen of Truth. KellyAnn Conway, she's got no idea what she's talking about. No, that was bad. Anyway, just a little intro. Got a little rhythm going. KellyAnn Conway. She is the queen of alternative facts. Anyway, nothing happened. I should leave some for later. So anyway, guys, I have a lot of questions here about her. So I'll give credit to Sharon. Sharon asked a few questions that on my Patreon group that are relevant, and I have been thinking of doing a reading on her because even though she's disgusting, she's also kind of funny. Okay. Anyway, so the questions are: what's up with Kelly Conway right now? Sean asked. Is this just a job for KellyAnn, or does she believe in Trump? If she believes that, how is this affecting her marriage? And this is my question, okay, how does George Conway think of this whole thing? What does he think of this whole thing? What will happen to her when Trump leaves office? This was Sharon's question. Then my question here, is Mueller investigating her role or her? What will be her legal outcome? And the last is, how about her marriage? Because we are sneaky. Sometimes we like to gossip. Sometimes when people are assholes, we like to look at their dirt. Anyway, sorry. I wish I cared about Kelly Conway as a person. I don't. I really don't. So, okay. So, guys. Yeah. Time to pray for KellyAnn Conway. Time to pray for KellyAnn's happiness, right? Anyway, I'm like already cuckoo. So let's get started with the visions. I'm planning on recording 2 separate readings, I guess. The first one, visions, and then I'll do the cards because it's one of those things, guys. I think cards are good to confirm, but I realize that I should only do them later, okay? Do them after. So what is going on with KellyAnn? So I ask the universe for protection. Bubble a light around me. Bubble a light around so I can find the facts. Okay. So what is going on with KellyAnn Conway right now? Okay, 1 second. Okay, what's going on with her? Hey guys, so interesting because I almost feel like I have a hard time accessing her, like what's inside. I feel like she's fairly hollow. She's quite hollow. Really? KellyAnn? She's so deep. No, but I got the sense that she's kind of first it's like she's in denial, okay, and then second thing that I kind of knew before the reading is that she's the whole reason. Sorry, I'm not gonna try to remove here too much here. Okay, kind of bother me. So the whole thing with her is that she's close to Robert Mercer. Okay, the reason why she got with Trump is that Mercer started supporting Trump first. Mercer was supporting Ted Cruz. Okay, and so she was on the Ted Cruz campaign. But then once they realized that Trump was winning, or for whatever reason, they moved on to Trump. So what I saw in this reading reminded me of a reading I've done. I think I've only done 1 or 2 before about her. That she's very loyal to Robert Mercer, and her role is she's a bit of like a spy for Mercer. Okay, so that's her role, and I feel like it's almost. I was like, little gossip here. I almost feel like she has a big crush on Robert Mercer. Like she idealizes him and she believes him. You know, the interesting thing I see about him, it's almost as if she were, you know those long, like sometimes some executives have long-term executive assistants. Obviously, she's not an executive assistant, but that's the vibe I get from her about Robert Mercer. So the whole thing for her is Robert Mercer. She's just there to do what he thinks is the right thing, and she follows his lead. Okay, so actually, now that this came up so much, I was like, what does she do for Robert Mercer in the White House? Tells who's going in, who's going out, keep him abreast. Tells about the mood. Observes some characters they trust and they don't trust. No, it's interesting. So then I saw, okay, she was kind of like I tried to like look into her talking to Mercer from the White House. She looks at Kushner and Ivanka. She doesn't like them. She doesn't have much context. She doesn't like them, but she knows this is the people that this is the family. Okay, so it's kind of like the mob, really the family. So she has to kind of find a way to be cordial. She gets it. She doesn't challenge. So Kushner lets her be. It doesn't bother her because she knows her place. I'm Kushner. I'm a prince. You're not in my royal family, okay? So you better be kind, because luminol is not allowed in here. If somebody loses a lot of blood, nobody's gonna know, right, KellyAnn? So it's true. I'm just kidding around. So I'm obsessed about forensic files. As you know, luminol is the substance that if somebody dies, they want to find out if there was blood in the room. So you it's like this. You spray luminol in the room, and then while lights are out, there was blood spatter everywhere. So it showed that the person died. Anyway, I'm like going off in different directions. But the point being here that she keeps a cordial relationship with Ivanka and Jared, and she has a kind of like she bonded with Stephen Miller, okay, because she knows that he's powerful. She and Mercer knows that the whole thing with the Russians, okay, that he is powerful and that right now he has more power than before, especially after Bannon left. So she's careful to almost both. I see her like, hey, like kind of like not flirting with him because I think he's gay, by the way, but sort of like making sure she's on his good graces kind of thing. And I see that she helps him monitor these staffers, okay, and kind of like be the bad cop. Not that they are good cops, but she is the kind of mean person who I don't think, okay, do people like her? Actually, you know what? I feel like she actually is nice. I kind of feel like she's kind of nice to the women. She helps them, but it's a little bit like a cult. Like she's the master in this cult, okay? And like she trains the women how to behave and like how you're supposed to act. And she kind of, a lot of them, there's a lot of drama there, a lot of women crying. And I feel like she guides them. She's kind to them. I know it sounds weird to say, but that's what I see, okay? All right, so what does she actually do? I understand it's like only show me her working for Robert Mercer, but in the White House. But what is she actually? What is her job in the White House? I almost feel like she's kind of a social. What is the word? Somebody used to have this job in the Jackie Kennedy White House. I remember it's the social secretary. That's right, but she's a social / policy secretary in the sense that she makes sure that Trump is looking at the policies that he should be kind of like how to favor the donors. Okay, the people who support Trump, right? So and so supports Trump, so they're interested in deregulating whatever industry. So. You know what I mean? So that's kind of, she's like, hey, President Trump, such and such, they really support you. They love you. They said such and such about you. now they want you to deregulate this or do whatever, scheme like that. I think she makes sure that his agenda connects to the donor's agenda, okay? And also, like I said, she brings in the donors into the White House. By the donors, I mean, I think in most political situations, the donors obviously are important, but in the Trump White House, it's like a transactional thing. So it's sort of like it's almost like they sold policy to them, right? It's like, oh, this person supported you, so you're going to change the policy. It's like they have no loyalty to anything, it seems like. Well, I guess right now there's the whole thing with the terrorists, but I have the sense that she makes sure that the policies are aligned with the donors thing. Okay, so that's what I feel. Okay, all right, now moving on. Is this just a job for KellyAnn, or does she actually believe this? It's weird, guys. I feel like I said the thing about the what is it, cult, as a more like a figure of speech, but I'm seeing that she does have that. It's a little bit like she believes that in strong men as in patriarchs, right? Like in a sense, and I feel like she believes, again, coming back to the thing about Mercer, and it's like she believes that there should be she believes in authoritarian regimes, because she believes that people, there should be some order, there should be a, how do I explain this? It's not, it shows me, actually, I think she could actually be Catholic, because I see her at a church, Catholic church. And she goes to church I feel like she almost goes to church pretty regularly, or she's not, she's a pretty religious person. It sounds strange to think, right? But I believe that she believes the whole thing, the whole Christian right thing. Even though she is not like a, it's only because in Brazil, when I was growing up, people who are like ultra religious, it's like you have to wear clothes a certain way. It's like very conservative. And she's always wearing kind of tight clothes and like red dress. I'm not saying, there's nothing wrong, but if you're out there saying that you're like a Christian, I find it a little bit strange, to be honest, that she has this, to me, kind of asshole kind of persona, I guess, and then she's like so Christian. Yeah. So that's that, okay? And then, so she believes that, okay? She believes that the ends justify the means. She knows she's lying, obviously, but she feels that this is the way to win it. She's very aware of this whole, like, the strategy of controlling the media and all that, but she feels that, like I said, the ends justify the means. Okay. Now, okay, so tell me about her husband and how he feels about her. The whole thing. How does she feel about the White House? How does George Conway feel about the White House and what she's doing? It's interesting that they show me that he's a rigid person, and is explaining that people like him who are critical conservative in legal terms, they just like rigidity, and they want systems to be, in governments to have a certain degree of rigidity. That's why he has always been interested in this way of interpreting the law the way he does. Okay, so this was interesting, and it showed that he was like one of these people, obviously he's conservative, so he's always complaining about, oh, it's politically correct or whatever. But with Trump, he was concerned. He sees him as a kind of chaos agent. Okay, he knows for some reason, and I don't know what, oh, this is why. Okay, he believes, I feel like there's a way in which he seems to be actually a serious person, even though obviously I disagree with him in every bite. He must be connected to Pharaoh Society if he's conservative. So I just feel like there's something about him where actually he believes in the law, okay? And obviously he knows that Trump is first, I feel like obviously he's known that Trump is kind of in a way, some sort of gangster type, okay, and that he disliked the fact that he feels like there's consequences always. Like as a lawyer, he can't not see what she's saying and doing as a liability to herself, to the family, his family, right? And it goes against his personality, because it feels like he's, like I said, he's rigid. There's a reason why he is conservative for himself, right? I'm saying that from his perspective. From his perspective, there's a reason why he's conservative. There's a reason why he likes things a certain way. He interprets the law a specific way. But it really bothers him that Trump is clearly going against the law. And he feels that he wanted things to change a bit, but not in the way that Trump really wants, okay? And so he feels that, how do I explain this? It's a little bit like for example, a person who, let's say a person had back pain, and they took those, addictive painkillers or whatever, Oxycontin, whatever, and then they got addicted. So it's like, it's a gateway. It's almost like, yeah, we needed a painkiller, but not, what is it called? A narcotic. Okay, does it make sense? So it's almost like he felt like you can't just because you're feeling bad or you have pain, you shouldn't shoot heroin or something. You know what I mean? It's almost like he sees Trump as like a last resort kind of situation, and people were never really taking it seriously. I feel like he's always known there was a big risk there, and I think he was more measured about it, but he just didn't like. He was always a little bit, and now I'm going back to the introduction here that I showed that he turned on the job, and it makes sense because he knows that if he were in the DOJ working for Trump, he is a tool. That's what I mean. I said this before, guys. People who work for Trump end up having to become his tools. They don't have any what's the word? Autonomy. That's right. You have to really do what he says. That's like, he does not want it. He doesn't want that. Okay. All right. So what will happen to KellyAnn Conway when Trump leaves office? So guys, this is like such a strange thing, this reading. Because I feel like I don't want to, I know I was joking around at the beginning when I was like, I don't, kind of like her, she's off. Normally I don't like looking into people's private lives like this too much. And that's not the purpose. But what I'm beginning to see in this reading, which is really strange, okay, is that, this is like so bizarre, okay, is that she loves, it's almost like it feels like soap opera. She is in love with Robert Mercer. She's always been in love with Robert Mercer. And she puts Robert Mercer ahead of her husband. Like on her mind, okay? I don't know that they ever, and I don't want to know, I can't unsee that, okay? So if she ever got together with Robert Mercer, but what it showed is that the day that Trump goes, okay, it's a chaos, and she's crying. And then she tries to call Robert Mercer, and the phone is off, cut off. Like, and I've said before, guys, Robert Mercer, I see him being this, he becomes he's like, what is it called? Barricaded somewhere or something. Like he's really does not, I think he's been subpoenaed, he's not responding. There's all these things that there's going to be serious consequences. And she tries to call him and he can't answer. And it can't answer because either the feds, I have the sense, it didn't tell me anything, the feds, it's over. Like she'll never talk to Robert Mercer again. In the sense that it's like he's not a free man anymore. You know what I mean? He's under surveillance. The feds are on to him. So that's her first thought. And then it shows, this is like, she's crying. She's like, tries to call. Bob, it's me. Bob. Like, she can't reach him. The phone doesn't connect. And then next scene is the husband fighting, like, I told you, you screwed. What the hell is wrong with you? And she's very like, she's very cool-headed because she's always been, it's like, from her mind, this whole thing is happening, and she's kind of stoic in the scene, and it's she's always been in love with Robert Mercer, so it's almost like the husband doesn't get as much, it's almost like she doesn't respect her husband as much as she respects Robert Mercer, and she does not want anything bad to happen to him, to Robert Mercer. That's who she cares about the most. Okay, not just because he paid her salary, but because there is a kind of like a cult situation here. Okay, it's so strange. Okay, I'm gonna stop here 1 second, guys. I just felt like it was getting dark, so I turned on the lights. So anyway, just a little bit more light. So anyway, so like as I was saying about KellyAnn, the whole thing with Robert Mercer is that he's popping up here as if she's the one that has like he is the leader of her life, and I feel like she feels for him like he's her soulmate or something, or not her soulmate because she puts him on a pedestal, but I don't know, there's something there where she's her main concern when this whole thing happens is the well-being of Robert Mercer. Okay, so she's like, and then she has to talk. Like, and the next thing is like she's testifying. Not testifying, I'm sorry. She has to talk to the Fed. Okay, so will Mueller okay, what does Mueller know about her behavior or connections or whatever that is illegal? Okay, obviously, okay, what does he know about her? Oh my God. Guys, this reading is turning out to be like totally unexpected, okay? And I feel like I actually don't want to do cards on this because it's kind of intense and it's very surprising. So it showed that she may actually have started as a low-level person working for Robert Mercer, and she knows about I've said this before, guys, that you should look up, if you have questions about Robert Mercer, look up Terror Politics between quotes, and then between quotes Robert Mercer. I've done several readings on him, but because what I'm going to say is that she knows about, it's showing that the image I got and the explanation was that she knows about how Robert Mercer launders money and how he gets Russian money into the hedge fund so that it's a whole complicated situation. He owes $7 billion to the IRS. So for some reason, she knows all about this money laundering situation. She knows a lot about accounts, knows a lot about organizing things and money, transferring money. So she's actually like sort of like a treasurer, but bigger. I don't want to say she's a CFO, but essentially she's a person who knows what the bank accounts are, where they are, how the money's. It's kind of more. She's not exactly looking at the bottom line. Like, let's say a CFO is somebody who's looking at the numbers and understanding how, right? No, she's more like the bank person who knows, like she knows where the data, the compromising information is. So this is like it's like the whole thing with her is her and Robert Mercer. So she does have a role in the money laundering scheme, okay? And this is what I think Mueller may look at, okay? So, wow. So what will be her legal fate? Wow, guys, so I feel like oh my God, this is pretty, and guys, I was not expecting this at all. So this reminds me, okay, when one of the readings, I think it was 137. It was one of those early readings when I first started doing the visions on the when I had the live stream. Okay, I remember this was like probably called, it was the last days of Trump or something like that. I saw her and Rebecca Mercer wearing a prison orange suit. Okay, they were being arraigned at the same time. So now it goes back to that scene. Why? And now I understand why she was being arraigned with Rebecca Mercer, because she's very connected to them, and because I could be wrong. Okay, so I feel like I feel like she doesn't want to talk to Mueller, or she doesn't give. Either she pleads the fifth, or she does not want to say, she'll not say anything that will incriminate Mercer. I think she'll be very loyal to him, and as a result, she will get time. Okay, money laundering, 20 years. That's right. You know, money laundering could be up to 20 years. I don't know exactly how long. How long is she going to be in prison for? I could be wrong, guys. I see like 60. She's 68 when she leaves prison. I don't know how old she is now. She's in her 50s. I don't know. So that's what I see, guys. It's crazy. Okay, she's very loyal. It's a whole thing about Robert Mercer. It's kind of crazy. Wow. So yeah. By the way, guys, needless to say, or I guess I didn't say this, that I saw the whole thing. It's like the crumbling of the marriage. I think she gets divorced from George Conway because he understands. He realizes. It becomes crystal clear to her that she's always been loyal to Mercer. He knows she's very loyal to Mercer, but in the end, she chooses Mercer. Okay, she chooses not to betray her mentor and her idol. Like it's like I said, you know, she has this cult, brainwashed cult mentality. She thinks he's like God or something. Okay, Robert Mercer. So that's what I see, guys. What about the marriage? Yeah. So I feel like once she decides to not talk, I think George Conway is like, girl, here are some papers. We'll get them divorced. We are. So that's what I think, okay? It's ultimately, I think, because she decides not to talk or hasn't been honest or something like that, I think he will be like, no. He'll be like, no. I would have to get divorced. So that's that. And so that's what happens, guys. So that's it. That's Kelly. I'm like, whoa, this was a really, really unexpected and strange reading, okay? I'm not going to do cards because it's almost too weird. Okay, this is too weird. Oh my God. Wow. Okay, bye.